Hey guys, thanks for watching. It's the Betting Edge with the Prez. It's our Friday show, last show of the week for me. Exciting show. Jeff, the most annoying ex-lawyer, current handicapper on the planet, but a good dude, a real good dude. And we're going to talk about his good dudeness in a few seconds. From Oskeim Sports joining us. And of course, the most disheveled man you'll ever meet in your life, Tony Finn. Why is he disheveled? Well, he sleeps almost never. When he does, it's at his desk. He's the hardest working handicapper around. What we're going to do today is take a look at one college football game. Jeff picked it. It's a doozy, one that everybody wants to hear about. And then we're going to go through the entire NFL card at 100 miles an hour. But we are going to delve very, very, very deep into the New England-Kansas City game. Let's bring the boys in. Jeff, is that an office or your home?
This is an office.
So you actually have enough work to get out of your house and go to the office?
I do. Can you believe that, Prez?
No.
It's a really nice office here downtown. I'm looking out on Main Street here in Newburyport.
Yeah,
very nice.
Downtown. I don't even know where you live. Downtown where?
Massachusetts, in Newburyport on the coast.
Oh, that sounds divine.
Yeah, the ocean's right
show
there.
Show us. Take the camera to the ocean. Spot.
I'm not taking the camera to the ocean. Actually, you can't see the ocean from where I'm sitting. You can see downtown.
I can see the ocean from here.
And where is here, Tony?
Here is, I'm in the desert. I'm in the desert and then in the Mojave.
Yeah, Tony Finn from Las Vegas. You can find him at WagerTalk.com. Same with Jeff Oskeim. Jeff, every time you're on a show with me, you're drinking water out of a Starbucks cup.
That's true, Prez. In the morning, I'm a creature of habit. So in the morning, I get green iced tea, and then I just use the cup. Fill up with water constantly, but I'm running. You look behind me. See all those water jugs back there?
Yeah, Tony, we see there is a chance it's tequila.
Yeah, I wish it was moonshine, actually. That'd be pretty good.
You drink moonshine?
Have you ever had moonshine? I'm sure.
I don't even drink alcohol, Jeff.
I snort the stuff.
Yeah, Tony's man. Tony drank so much, he can't even drink anymore. Now he's snorting it, and next year he's going to be injecting moonshine into his toes.
Anything that works.
Tony, you're in a good mood.
Well, I'm visiting with my good friends. It's Friday. Every day is Friday. Today is actually Friday.
Why don't I have a shirt? Like, I'm one of the owners of this company, and Tony's the one wearing a WagerTalk shirt. It really begs the...
I found it at the studio. No one claimed it, so I took it.
Jeff, why do you dress up to go to the office? I mean, you don't have anyone visiting.
Well, it's Casual Friday here at Oskeim Sports. So, no suit and tie today, just a casual Friday.
Casual Friday at Oskeim Sports, him and all these staff members.
Yeah, well, quiet, guys. Keep it down. And it's getting loud in here, so keep it down. Keep it down. Yes.
They're all surfing.
Yeah. They want to play Pac-Man, but, I'm on a show right now.
Listen, no Marco today. Marco is, he's at the hospital. Nothing major, just getting some tests done.
What?
We're all old.
Okay.
Why are you laughing, Jeff?
Don't go there. Don't go there, Prez.
Yeah.
You know when you...
I'm always the oldest guy in the room, so don't even go there.
Yeah, I don't know, Tony. How old are you?
Yeah. Well, I'll be 60 years old next month.
You...
60. No way. I don't believe
I will
that.
be. Well, listen, no one else believes it until they see me about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Which, by the way, Jeff, 2 o'clock in the morning for Tony is every single time of the day. It's always 2 a.m. in the morning for Tony.
Wow.
No, I mean, Jeff, you don't understand. This guy takes working to a different level. I mean, he's in all seriousness putting 18 hours a day. And I mean, he missed the show yesterday because he fell asleep at his desk. And we forgave him because the dude is just, it's actually insane. how much he's working. Real quick, everybody, I want to talk about Carmine's NHL. He won his 5% play last night. He's the best NHL hockey expert on the planet. And we lowered his package. No promotion code needed. Just head over to WagerTalk.com. From now until the All-Star break, you can get his plays for $199, and that is an absolute steal. Jeff, before we get into the Sun Belt Conference, you picked that game. I want to just point something out because it's actually very impressive. I've owned handicapping companies since 1998. I've had at least 70 different handicappers work for me. We make our money during football season on NFL picks. Obviously we do well. We make money on college basketball and college football, but when the NFL is in play, it is the sport that drives our business. Yet on week 13 of the NFL, you did not have one single play. And to me, I find that impressive. I find that humble. I find that, Marco and I spoke about it on Monday, and it's literally like you closed your store on Boxing Day because you didn't feel like you had anything of worth to sell.
That is true. I mean, one thing I will do is never force a play. It might be a bad business model because, we have competitors out there that'll sell 1 million picks a day, regardless if there's value or not. For me, I'm very selective in my methodology. I follow to a T. And last Sunday, my own handicapping methodology, I could not find anything that was worthy of an investment. And because of that, since I can't personally wager on any of those games without the value, I passed entirely. But that doesn't mean other handicappers did not, with their methodology, find some value. I just did not. The numbers didn't make any sense to me, and I will never force it.
Yeah, like listeners out there, I don't think you guys realize how unbelievably impressive passing on an NFL Sunday is in our industry. It shows integrity and ethics at a different level, and I know that I bug the shit out of you, Jeff, and it's easy to do. I mean, you literally have an office for no reason. You dress up for no reason. But I'm like, the fact that I noticed that, and Marco and I talked about it, it didn't go unnoticed, Jeff, and it really shows how much integrity in an industry with very little integrity you have.
Well, I appreciate that.
Hey Jeff?
Yes.
Did you beat those integrity raps that you had with the bar there in Massachusetts? It's a joke. It's a joke, Prez.
It's a joke. He stole one from you, Prez.
Okay, boys, I don't want to hear any more. Let's get to it. UL Lafayette against Appalachian State. I mean, without question, the sexiest bowl game of the week. Who cares about Utah, LSU, Georgia, Pacha, Ohio? Pacha, by the way, Pacha's a food. Ohio State, Wisconsin. Nobody needs to talk about it. Instead, we're going to talk about UL Lafayette, Appalachian State, and look, Appalachian State -6, 6.5 tonight. Not tonight, tomorrow. We have a total of 57. I don't have a goddamn clue about this game at all. Jeff, regale us with your thoughts.
Well, Prez, I really love this game because it has in my opinion, has the most value on the board from all the conference championship games. And the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana Lafayette, they're one of the most underrated teams in the betting market. If you look at their trends against the spread, that kind of shows how underrated they are. They're 17-5 against the spread since September 29th, 2018. They're 9-1 against the spread on the road over that time, and 7-1 against the spread as a road underdog. They're 7-1 against the spread with conference revenge over the last 2 years, 8-2 against the spread versus 750 or greater conference foes, and 9-3 against the spread as an underdog of 10 points or less. And just from strictly a mathematical standpoint, Prez and Tony, my math model shows that Appalachian State is a 3.65 point favorite in this game after taking into account home field advantage because they are playing in Boone, North Carolina, which obviously is a home field for Appalachian State. But even with that, at 6.5, 7 points, 7 points, there's a tremendous amount of value on this Louisiana Lafayette team that possesses one of the best offenses in the country that no one talks about. They're averaging 38.8 points a game and 500 total yards at 7.1 yards per play. And that comes against teams that are only allowing 6.3 points yards per play against a mediocre attack. So they have a very good offense. And that offense is really anchored by a trio of running backs, all of whom are averaging over 5 yards per carry, and they have over 800 yards, total yards overall on the ground this season. And so it's a very good running game that they can control the clock, milk the clock, and dominate the line of scrimmage in this game. Their running game is sixth in the nation and fifth in rushing success, second in line yards, and 30th in rushing explosiveness. And in contrast, the Mountaineers of Appalachian State, their defense is ranked outside the top 100 in allowing rush plays of over 40-plus yards. And the Raging Cajuns also are ranked third nationally in stuff rate, 11th in passing success, 14th in sack rate, and 10th in finishing drives. That last statistic is extremely important because once they get inside the red zone, inside the 40-yard line, and inside the red zone 20-yard line, they finish those drives and put points on the board. I mean, they're 10th in a nation in finishing drives. And they are very good on defense as well. They match up perfectly with Appalachian State. They have a defensive finishing drive rank of 13th in the nation, and they rank 9th in opponent red zone points per attempt. In contrast, the Mountaineers have an opponent red zone scoring percentage of 86th. So I really like Louisiana Lafayette in this game. In fact, I would actually sprinkle a little bit on the money line. I think the Raging Cajuns win this game outright and capture the Sun Belt title.
Tony, what do you think?
I think that was an excellent description. I think it plays out that way as well. And really, last year, Lafayette covered both times they played and did so as much bigger dogs. I believe, and Jeff can probably correct me if I'm wrong, I think 26 or 27 and 18, 19, 20 in that area.
Yes.
Yes, okay, this year, much different number. Let's put it this way. The reason this UL Lafayette team, in my opinion, has done the things they've done offensively, as Jeff described, is because they run the football better now. Last year, they ran about 200 yards per game. This year, up almost 300, 275 per game. And you can tell in the quarterback's numbers, too. He threw double-digit interceptions last year. This year, he's thrown 3. There's no doubt in my mind that this is a pick-'em game. The money should be on the dog, and the points are extreme value. I agree, Jeff.
Jeff, for me, I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
Firstly, I think you break down games as good as anybody in the business. What I want to know from you is, what does it mean that an offense is the best offense that nobody talks about? Is that a stat? Do you find out what... I know this girl who is the hottest girl that nobody has ever seen before.
It's the girl next door,
yeah,
right?
Nobody's ever seen her,
right?
But she's the hottest of all time.
Well, you know how it is, Prez. I mean, how often do you open up or turn on Sports Center or open up the newspaper or want to go to ESPN.com and read about the Raging Cajuns and how good their offense is? Instead, you're going to see LSU. You're going to see Georgia's defense. You're going to see Alabama. You know how it is. So I try to find these smaller schools, and that's where the value is.
And it's where the value is every week in betting, and especially in college basketball. I mean, the Cal State Northridge, the Cal Poly Slows. These are the teams that really provide a ton of value, not Duke, not Michigan State or North Carolina.
Yep.
Tony, you've got a 5% play up on tonight's Oregon-Utah game. I have discounted it to half price. Feel free to tweet it out. The promo code, everybody, is Tony20. That's Tony20. His 5% play is regularly priced at $40. You can have it for only $20. And guys, Tony is 64% in the last 120 all sport bets. The guy is a machine. You've heard me talking about him all for 2 straight weeks. Jeff, I know you're part of the team. But listen, if you want Tony's 5% play tonight, you got to use that promo code too. It's Tony20.
Tony, I'm going to text you if you don't mind.
Not at all. Do you have my number?
So Tony,
Tony,
you've got to respond when Jeff texts you. Your response needs to be Tony20.
Tony.
I love it.
Boys.
Go ahead.
Boys, let's go through the NFL board. Listen, here's how this is going to work, Tony, because you've never been on the Friday show.
I have.
All I want from you is the side and or total. I don't need any analysis. And when we get...
Very difficult for me.
What?
Very difficult for me.
Yeah, especially given, you know, it's funny. I got the two of you on. I got to tell both of you because neither of you see each other's analysis. I mean, Tony doesn't log in and see Jeff's picks, and you don't log in and see Tony's picks. The longest freaking analysis in the world is from both of you. Jeff, Tony might beat you by 2 pages, but your 2 pages are impressive in and of itself. I actually told Johnny, who runs our Detroit office, I think your analysis might be the best in the industry. And I think it's largely because you're a lawyer and the way you present your argument is very well structured. But, I mean, Tony writes freaking books. When you buy a Tony pick,
I've seen it.
You better have 20 minutes to read.
Yeah.
I'm fishing for secretly in there, in invisible ink and such. I'm asking who still has some Quaaludes for this freeze dried, stuff like that. I'm always looking for the girl next door. I hope my wife's not
everybody's
listening.
always looking for the girl next door. Okay, so we're going to talk about every NFL game. We're going to hone in on the Kansas City-New England game in which we will stop the quick analysis and actually do a deep dive. Buffalo hosting Baltimore. The line started at 6.5, moved down to 5.5. Now it's back up to 6. 60% of the money coming in on Baltimore. 70% of the bets are on the over. We have a 44 on tap. Tony, the dog, the favorite, the over, or the under? What do you like?
I like the dog, and I like the under.
Okay, Jeffrey?
I will take Buffalo as well.
Okay, there you go. Washington, Green Bay came out at 14.5 as an opening line. It stood there for a minute. It's now down to -12. We have a 42 on tap. Tony, where are you going in this one?
I'm going with the favorite and the under.
That doesn't leave you with a lot of leeway. So basically, Tony likes the Washington Redskins to score almost no points. Jeff?
I like the under in that game.
Denver versus Houston. Sexy game here. -9 for Houston, largely because of the teaser blocker. Obviously think there's value on Denver. I just can't bet them. 42-9. Tony?
The favorite.
Jeff?
And I'm sorry.
I'll take the Broncos and the points.
Okay. San Francisco against New Orleans. Could be home field advantage here. I mean, look, I think Seattle could still win this division, but these two teams don't think that. So home field advantage for the playoffs on the line. 70% of the tickets written to date is on San Fran, yet the money is moved to New Orleans. We call that a reverse line move. It means the trusted money, the respected money is coming in on New Orleans. 57% of the people are betting over the total. Tony?
I like New Orleans.
Jeffrey?
Saints.
Okay. Cincinnati +7 against Cleveland. 71% of the tickets are written on Cincinnati in this game. It's pretty dead even on the over and under. 41 is the total. Tony?
I like Cleveland.
Jeff?
I like the Bengals plus the points.
Guys, before we continue, just a reminder, Tony20, that's half price for Tony's 5% play. It goes tonight. Tony, make sure to tweet that out, okay, buddy?
Consider it done.
Carolina, Atlanta. -3 for Atlanta. 67% of the tickets written to date are on Atlanta. We've seen that in the line move. It did open up at 1.5. We have a new coach for Carolina right now. Usually that bodes well for a team, except it doesn't look like anyone cares. The total is 47. And I think the interesting thing here, guys, is that Atlanta hasn't quit. They really tried to figure out a way to win that game last week. I think they're going to bring it. Tony?
No, well, they may try, but this is Atlanta's game to lose, not.
So you like Atlanta?
Does that make sense? I do. I like the Falcons.
Jeff?
I agree. I like the Falcons.
55% of the tickets written are on Minnesota. 55 are on the over. You know, I'll tell you right now, guys, I got a lot of sources out there, a lot of people I respect, and there's a lot of smart money coming in on Minnesota. They just don't think Detroit is going to be able to score much. And I understand that. I don't like to take -13s, but I mean, if I told you this game would end 27-9, I think you'd say, yeah, that seems about right. Tony?
Yes, I like. Listen, this is the time of year that you're going to have to lay some wood if you want to play a Minnesota against Detroit. Minnesota.
Tony, I know you're married. Jeff, are you married?
I'm married.
So I understand this might be the time of year to lay wood. I try lay wood on a regular basis. And that's largely because I'm not married.
You said no jokes.
I never said no joke. What is a Prez show without jokes?
I'm not going to speak for Jeff, but there's two jokes here right at the end of the
Yeah, me and you, dude. Jeff ain't no
That's
joke.
Right.
Jeff, how old are your kids?
I have a son. He's 8. Just turned 8. Hockey player.
Ooh.
You like that, Press, right? Big time hockey.
What's his name?
Trevor.
That's so old school.
Trevor,
I like it a
old
lot.
school. Yeah. Big time hockey. It's my life, basically, outside of this.
So tell us about it. Where he's playing pretty high level?
Well, I mean, he's playing at a level that's appropriate for his age, but it's the sport that he likes the most and excels at the most.
You don't do any hockey handicapping?
No, I never played hockey growing up.
I can tell just by looking at you. I don't even know what that means.
How about water polo?
I got a friend whose kid is one of the best water polo players in Canada, and he's 18 years old, and he's actually it's funny because he could go to the Olympics on the water polo team. He's that good. He's there. He's he's still a junior, but he could make the Olympic team. He's that good. And his dad sat him down and said, "Sonny, there's no money in water polo. I don't want you to dedicate the next 8 years of your life just to go to the Olympics and then be stuck without a career. It's time to move on and give up on the polo."
Wow.
You know what? I don't think the father is wrong though, Jeff.
Well, I don't think the son is looking to make a career out of it.
Yeah, but dude, from 20 to 30 is your career making yours. You don't want to dedicate. Look, if you're going to go to the Olympics as a steeplechase runner, there's clearly no money in that either, but at least if you win the gold medal, they'll know your name. Water polo, you're just one person on a team. It's not going to help you later in life. Anyway, boys.
I know how you feel.
Teamwork. I disagree. It teaches you teamwork.
Yeah, my dad made me give up synchronized swimming. No money in it.
Yeah, you were one of those famous synchronized solo swimmers where you synchronized your left leg to your right. Miami against the Jets. New York -5.5. Total of 45.5. Tony Finn.
Listen, I love the Jets here. I love the Jets here. I'm worried about the Jets, but I'm taking the Jets.
Okay, Jeff?
Yeah.
Dolphins.
I feel like a Jet could beat a Dolphin. That's how I do my analysis, everybody. I look at the mascot and see how powerful they are.
Not Flipper.
What?
Not
Flipper, you're right. Flipper is a talented Dolphin. Tampa Bay -3 against Indianapolis, and there's a 3.5 on the board here. Another reverse line move, 60% of the tickets written on Indy, a ton of smart money coming in on Tampa Bay. 47 is the total. Tampa Bay has gone over the total 8 of their last 9 games, and surprisingly, Indianapolis has played to the over a lot as well. Tony, where are you going with this one?
Quickly, if you can't take care of Tennessee, you can't take care of Tampa. I like Tampa.
Jeff?
Tampa.
Jeff likes Tampa as well.
Yes.
LA Chargers minus 3.5. There are 3s on the board. Against Jacksonville Jags, 43 is the total. 63% of the tickets have been written on Jacksonville. Yet again, all the smart money is coming in on the Chargers. It's really quite interesting, guys, that a lot of the smart money, and I think, Tony, you made mention to this in the show about this is the time of the year to lay wood. We're seeing that with a lot of the smart money here. You would expect the public to be on the Chargers and the smarts to be on Jacksonville, yet it is the other way around. You would expect the public to be on Tampa Bay and the smarts to be on Indy, yet it's the other way around. And you would expect the same in the Carolina-Atlanta game, yet again, it's the other way around. Tony, what do you like in this Charger game?
I like the heavy set official that's got the fix, that knows who's going to win this game. That's the team I really like. But since that's not something I probably should say, I'll take the Chargers.
Yeah.
I'll take the Chargers.
Okay, boys. Well, let's get into the big one. Kansas City +3 against New England. 49 on tap. The under has been bet a shit ton. 72% of the tickets on the under, and I understand that. The only chance New England has in this game is to really slow it down. A lot of dips and dunks, a lot of Mitch Trubisky 2-yard passes coming from Tom Brady. And I think the Pats are going to run the ball, so I get the move on the under. Tony, you know what, Jeff? You go first, dude. Take this game apart for us.
Yeah, I really like the Patriots in this game. And the one thing I've learned is that you can never underestimate Tom Brady and Bill Belichick in these situations after coming off a loss like last time. If you look back to 2002, New England is 40-14 against the spread after a loss during the regular season, including 31-2 when not favored by more than 6 points. And the Patriots are also 24-6-1 against the spread after failing to cover the Vegas number in consecutive games, including 22-3-1 against the spread when not laying more than 7 points. And here is a remarkable trend. Tom Brady in his NFL career is 57-18-5 against the spread in home games when not laying more than 7 points. The Patriots also own the month of December. I look at all
like
December
they literally
games
bought the whole month.
I mean, they basically bought it. Like a Black Friday sale in November, but they know they're going to own it in December. Every year you can count on this. I mean, Brady is 61-14 straight up in December games in his NFL career. 61-14, including 35-14 at home. He's also 19-3 straight up, 16-4-2 in December affairs versus opponents off back-to-back wins. Bill Belichick is 73-25 straight up in December games, including 41-0 straight up and 31-17-1 against the spread at home in the month of December.
That's ridiculous. 41-0.
Yeah, in the month of December, Bill Belichick, 41-0.
And I like Kansas City. What the hell's wrong with me? I'll tell you in a second. Keep going, Jeff.
The key here is that Brady is going to have a lot of success throwing to his backs out of the backfield because the Chiefs are allowing 7.6 yards per target to opposing running backs, which is 31st in the league. And the Chiefs have allowed the second most schedule-adjusted receiving yards per game to opposing running backs at 61.5. And New England should be able to move the ball on the ground because the Chiefs have one of the worst run defenses in the league, 30th in defensive rushing DVOA as per Football Outsiders, whereas the Patriots are 16th in rushing and 10th in overall offense. I think the Patriots are going to really run the ball, and Brady's going to do a lot of passing out of the backfield to his backs, and they're going to have a lot of success controlling the ball, controlling the clock, and the line of scrimmage. I think the Patriots win this one big.
Big? Like big?
Double digits. They're going to win by double digits.
Side wager?
Let's go. Side
yeah,
wagers.
let's go. What do you think?
Side wagers.
What do you want? I mean, are you going to, can we side wager on double digits?
No.
Okay, so I'll get the points. You get,
Yes.
you get I'll get my 3.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, let's think about the side wager. But before we do that, let me give you a quick rundown from my perspective. Look, Jeff, everything you're saying is phenomenal. I mean, I get it, dude. I mean, Bill Belichick's a god. Tom Brady's a god. They own December, literally bought the entire month. I mean, I recall being in South Africa 2 Decembers ago, and the kids were running around the streets singing, "It's Patriots month, it's Patriots month." That's how well they own December. The bottom line for me, though, and Tony, I'm curious about your thoughts, is good bettors need to know when the tide has turned. And I respect the Patriots. I think they're probably the single greatest dynasty in my lifetime. That includes the Showtime Lakers, the Bird Celtics. It's everything. This team is godlike, and I respect that. But Brady can't throw the ball, Jeff. And the line I used on the NFL presidential address is, Brady's arm is so tired he can't even play with himself. It's over, Jeff. It's over.
He can throw to his running backs.
Yeah, sure.
And exploit this Chiefs defense.
Sure, he can throw to James White's going to have a big game. I get it. Don't sleep on this Kansas City defense, and Tony's going to tell you why. I got a good feeling. Since they're the bye, this defense has come out on fire. They're run blitzing. There's no chance that Kansas City is going to be held to less than 20 points. I don't think the Patriots have scored more than 20 points in many games. The Patriots have played one good team this entire year. 2 good teams this entire year. Baltimore, in which they got walloped by. Houston, which they got beat by. Every other team has been a complete joke. It's over. Tony?
We'll give Buffalo some credit.
Oh, yeah, Buffalo. You're right.
Yeah, we'll give Buffalo
and they won that game on
a
a punt block.
Yes, they did. Oh, yeah, without question. They did not outplay. Actually, Buffalo showed a lot of teams the liabilities that now face Tom Brady at 103 years old. And I think the Prez is correct here. Listen, there are teams, there are players, there are coaches that know when a legacy has come to an end. And for the most part, if you want to go to the first half of the season, guys, Tom Brady ranked 17th quarterback, had the 17th ranked quarterback rating. He has the 17th ranked quarterback rating overall right now. That is behind some quarterbacks that are pretty middling, that couldn't start for half the teams in the NFL right now. Tannehill is one of those. Since then, the 4 games since the mid-season break, Tom Brady has a 40 quarterback rating, completed less than 55% of his passes, averaging just over 5 yards per pass attempt. And he has a quarterback rating of 40, which is right in front of Andy Dalton. And James White is the second leading receiver on this team for a reason, and that is that Brady his accuracy isn't what it was. That, and he lived and died. He's lived on his accuracy, much like a Brees, not quite as good as Brees, but very much the same. And he's lived with skill players around him that he made better. Unfortunately, here's the deal: this team has played a schedule that I think is softer than any team's schedule, and in the last 4 games, they've been a little more difficult. They're 2-2, and I think they're fortunate to be 2-2. And while you have to be an absolute idiot to step in front of Belichick and Brady at Gillette, especially in December, if you're gonna do it, guys, then this is probably the game to take the plank, or at least walk the plank and take the dive, because I agree with Prez on this. This New England team is going to face a little different Spagnuolo defense. This defense is getting better with age, and They can throw to this back all day long. Here's the problem. Kansas City can score on 2 plays. New England needs 10 to kick a field goal. I don't know how they win this game.
Yeah, I don't see it either, Tony, and I'm with you. And ultimately, Jeff, the real takeaway from Tony's analysis is I'm an idiot. Because I am betting Kansas City. Jeff, what are we going to do about a side wager here? I mean, let's think of something.
What do you think? Yeah, we got to think of something good.
We need something, Jeff. It can't be money because you don't need any.
Let's see.
You shave your head.
No way, dude. No
Left
way.
eyebrow.
No. Let's talk about it off the air because I actually have a commitment like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, what's her name?
So we should move along, boys.
Is she in shackles or is she in lingerie?
Did you have her under the desk currently?
Gentlemen, let's move on to the board here. We got a few
Okay,
minutes
Jeff,
to
we'll
go.
talk about it and I'll announce it to everybody on Monday's show.
Do that, please. Do that, please.
Pittsburgh -2 against Arizona. What do you like? Tony?
Arizona for me. What do you think, Tony?
Arizona.
Okay. Line move on that game. Tennessee -2.5, -3 against Oakland, total of 47.5. Guys, Tennessee under the total in the first half has been free money all year. It's the best bet on the board, period. Tony?
Wow. I shoot me, but I'm taking Oakland.
Okay, I'd like to shoot you, Tony, except you're too valuable to WagerTalk. Jeff?
I like Oakland as well.
Seattle, it's a pick'em game against the Rams, Tony.
The Rams have turned it around, and that's crazy to say. The Rams win this game, straight up.
Jeffrey?
Easy.
I agree. I like the Rams.
And the New York Giants +9.5 with Eli as quarterback. 46 is the total. Jeff?
Eagles.
Tony?
How can you not bet the Eagles here? All they need to do is, except for they just lost to Miami, didn't they? Or yeah, I don't know. I gotta take the Eagles. The Giants are beat the hell. But did the Phillies? Did the Eagles just lose to Miami?
Yes, they did, Tony, but I think this is a good spot for the Eagles. Guys, outstanding show. Jeff, send my love to Destiny.
I will.
Okay, boys.
Email me the side wager, okay? We'll figure something out.
Yeah, Jeff, I love doing these shows with you. I want to do more. You're an absolute superstar, Tony. Without disrespecting Jeff or anybody else, you're the greatest handicapper alive, period. And it's an honor to have you as part of our team.
Thank
Nice
you.
shirt. Later, boys.
All my honor. All my pleasure.